At this hour, the saber rattling just got louder. The Pentagon says it's ready to help South Korea put bigger warheads on missiles to deal with the growing threat of North Korea. We thought we'd give you a little history. The last time the UN imposed sanctions on Iran in 2010, it took 90 days to determine whether the sanctions were necessary. That would bring us to early November for the North Koreans, and that gives that rogue nation even more time to continue testing its missiles, while Kim Jong-un says they already have the capability to hit mainland USA. So, will the sanctions work, or are they too late? We bring in Fox News military analyst and former Air Force Assistant Vice Chief of Staff, retired Lieutenant General Tom McInerney. And you know the region, sir. You served many, many years in the Pacific. Give us your first assessment on whether you believe North Korea, A, can hit the mainland, and B, if he's serious when he says he will make us pay thousandfold.
Well, first of all, I don't believe he can do it right now. Within a year, yes, he's made rapid progress, Liz, and we need to take this serious. Number two, I don't think he really understands what he just said. Now, what I would tell him is, Mr. Kim Jong-un, if one round of artillery goes into Seoul, Korea, you will get our full nuclear retaliatory capability. There will not be a city left in North Korea. You will be finished. Read my lips.
Don't we have, but okay, hold that thought. Don't we have to back that up? And that would include the deaths of many, many, many civilians. Should we be prepared for that?
I don't know if you fully understood what I said. If he gets our full nuclear retaliatory capability within minutes after one round going into Seoul, there will be nothing left. If you go to airborne alert, we used to call it Chrome Dome, with nuclear weapons, then we start building up our other forces, etc. He will not last 15 minutes, and he can't put enough artillery into Seoul in 10 to 15 minutes, and it's going to be over, because our weapons can hit his artillery pieces. If you think of 2,000 cruise missiles in the air, Liz, and if you think of our full nuclear retaliatory capability, then there's not going to be anything left of North Korea in 15 minutes, completely. And I'd make sure he understood that.
And now I do. I understand exactly what you're saying. You're scaring the crew here, General. But again,
I want to scare them.
I get that. But do you think the Trump administration is ready to put that kind of muscle behind those words?
Well, I believe if they look at the options of trading San Francisco, Seattle, Los Angeles for that, I think they will. We have a president. We have a Secretary of Defense called General Mattis. We have a Secretary of Defense, General Dunford. We have a National Security Advisor, General McMaster. They know what needs to be done. Now, are they going to be as harsh as I am right now? Maybe or maybe not. I had 12 years in the Pacific, 8 tours, and I spent a lot of time there. And that's the only thing Kim Jong-un will understand, as will the Russians and the Chinese. That's why I believe they approved that vote.
Yeah.
They are seeing the coercive diplomacy. They know when those 3 gentlemen made certain statements about full military capabilities, they know what we have. And it must be very clear that we will not accept a nuclear, even though they've detonated 5 weapons, North Korea with ICBMs. That is not acceptable.
Do you feel that they could reach New York or Los Angeles, as they claim they're about to be able to do, or even Chicago? Not
now, within a year. But then it's too late if we start to do something a year from now.
Which brings me to November. I mean, if it takes 3 months, and who knows with the UN, the wheels of the UN work remarkably slowly and unfairly. So who knows with them, will that put us at a disadvantage? Because the closer and closer he gets, maybe he holds some power here, even if we had that THAAD missile system on the ground in South Korea to intercept those missiles.
He does. By the way, you were very kind to the UN to put it that way. The fact is, it's a lot worse than that. But that's why I would start politically. I would form a political area treaty organization, similar to NATO. I would have South Korea, Japan, Australia, New Zealand, Philippines, Thailand, and other countries out there form a bulwark not only against North Korea expansion, but at Chinese expansion. I would start moving in more THAAD missiles. I would put our nuclear retaliatory capability on ground alert that we used to have there when I was at DCS Operations and Intelligence for the Pacific. I'd put that back in, of course, with the approval of South Korea. I would start increasing our naval and air forces in the region. And so I would start doing those things now to lead turn the problem that you said. It's not going to be till November till we see the real impact, to start lead turning this. We do not have a year left. This president was left the worst geopolitical situation for the United States since before World War II.
Lieutenant General Tom McInerney, very sobering comments from you, and coming from you, having served there and knowing those regions. It's rather frightening, and who knows if it's too late, but the UN will take its time, I'm sure. Thank you for joining us, sir.
Thank you, Liz.